Hi there, I'm Lisa. This is Ted, my partner, and their best friend, Hans the dog. On the 18th of March 2020, when COVID-19 spanned the globe and the world began to lock down, we decided to turn our lives upside down and begin the adventure of a lifetime. We threw in our jobs, packed up the car and purchased this 14th century monument historique de France.
You have arrived.
Woohoo!
We have arrived.
With no previous experience, just £80,000 budget and a tent as a temporary residence, we plan to renovate this former House of Tabellion into a family home and thriving business. Learning new skills along the way, we have 1 year to bring this ancient relay de post back to life. We invite you to come along for the ride, so strap yourselves in and let the fun begin.
Hey, come at me.
Come on.
Come here.
We're not coming to play yet. No. We've got to do a video for our subscribers. Hello everybody.
Hi.
Week 25. Week 25 at Chateau de Montmagner.
How can it be week 25 when we've been here 6 months?
4, 8, 16, 17,
shouldn't
18,
it be
19,
26
20,
weeks?
24.
26 weeks is half a year.
We've been here 25 weeks.
But it's half a year.
That's definitely 25 weeks.
I know, yeah. I'm just saying.
Chateau de Montmagner, take 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to Chateau de Montmagner week 25. So we are in apartment 2, as those of you that subscribe and have been watching our videos knows. If you haven't subscribed, then please do so if you like this video and press the notification button and go back and watch all the previous videos, because you will see us from the day we brought the chateau, received their keys, moved in and started the renovation week on week. And I think it's bloody good, so there you go.
You would.
So this week we thought we'd do something a bit different. As you can see, the temperature's really dropped. Hats and coats back on. Can't believe it was like last week. Oh, the sun has suddenly gone down. Shall I put the lights on? Because we now have lights in here. Ooh!
Probably a little bit worse, actually.
Is it? Last week was still in the 30s. The week before was in the 40s. This week it's down to 9.
Yeah, it was 9 degrees yesterday. And yeah, so lots of working indoors. Not
Bloody
so much
cold, but
working.
we're still living in the tent.
Yeah.
But anyway, we thought today, this week, we would show you an update on apartment 2 and what we've been up to. Now, I have to be honest, we're not as far ahead as we would have liked to be by today. We had a whole list of things to do this week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And what happens in France, you get a lot of visitors, especially when you own a historical monument. So there was one day we had 4 visitors, one after the other. Didn't get a thing done, did we?
Not really, no.
So
no, it was quite difficult, but it was fun. It was lovely.
Lovely people. And
Lovely
it's,
having
yeah.
the visits, yeah.
But yeah, so we're not quite as far ahead as we would like to be this week, but we've done pretty well, haven't we?
Yeah, we've done all
Lots
right.
of finishing touches. So we're going to take you through what we've been up to. So, apartment 2. We're going to have a quick look around. We're going to start in the bathroom, and Ted's going to talk us through the bathroom. So here you go.
So as you can see, we've moved on quite a lot in the bathroom. Everything's been painted, the floor's down, the shower screen is in. There are things to be done, other things to be done, but let's give you a look at how we did this. Morning everybody, we are in apartment 2 again, in the bathroom. Today we're going to fit shower screen. So I've got Paul over here and I'm going to help him fit these. He's fitted these before. It is a fairly complex process, I think, to build it up, but we'll leave the camera running so you can have a look at us doing that. Apologies for the fact that the angles might be weird. Little spider there, look, little spider. Welcome. So we'll crack on, and you'll have a look either this week or next week, and we'll check it out. All right, see you in a bit. That's really bright on it.
All I'm thinking of is this
I don't think it. So that's where it's looking there.
because obviously this steps in here,
Right.
so I don't want it to.
So after a lot of discussion, consulting the manual, discussing again, consulting the manual again, a bit more discussion, then a quick cup of tea, they decided to get going.
Show me a shower.
No, it's not.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
What's this?
Oh, lovely.
That's nice, isn't it?
Shame we haven't got any
Paul-
water.
Paul said it's probably the easiest shower tray he's ever put in, shower screen he's ever put in. He said he loved it so much, he thinks
He
he's
wants
going
to do
become.
all the rest of
Well,
it.
he said he might become a plumber
Yeah.
because he loved it so much. And I think this is a plumber's remit, apparently, fitting shower screens. It's been a real pain up the ass.
Has it?
Well, drilling the tiles was bad enough. We must have gone through 75 drill bits just to do this, to get them in here. This was better because it was this trim.
Yeah.
The trouble with this trim is it's stainless steel. So when you try to drill into stainless steel, it's quite hard. That's the whole nature of the beast. And yeah, so it was a little bit of a pain doing this here, which was the first job to do, which took rather a long time and ruined at least 3 drill bits. Actually bust one of the tile drill bits, completely bust the head off.
Really?
Yeah, drilling a hole in that up the top there. But apart from that, it's been a breeze. It's been a breeze.
You've loved the job.
It's been a force 10 gale, mate. I swear, it ain't been a breeze.
Oh, it's good. Do the door again.
So this is the most attractive thing, and I said to Paul, this is the only thing I like about the whole shower. That's quality, that, isn't it? That's quality.
Cool.
So the next step was to grout the floor tiles in the bathroom. Now, if anyone has ever bought building materials in France when you don't speak French and tried to decipher how the hell you're supposed to use it, then you'll understand this next clip.
Gasket preparation. For 5 kilos. 2 to 3 hours you can walk on it.
been tasked with cleaning the grout hairs off of the tiles after Ted grouted them. Now, a quick tip for anyone when you're buying tiles, think about the texture of the tiles, because we bought these tiles that have kind of a grainy texture, like a wood grainy texture. And as much as we really like the tiles, we don't like cleaning them because the grout has gone into all of the grainy bits and we can't get the bugger off. So I've washed it about 8 times, scrubbed it with soapy water. I don't know if it's supposed to do soapy water, but I have, and it hasn't come up. It's still very hazy. So I looked on YouTube, the old trusted YouTube, and somebody suggested vinegar and water. 4 parts water, 1 part vinegar. So I've got my vinegar and my water. I'm now going to spray the bathroom, leave it 5 minutes, come back, give it a scrub, and see if it works. So let's give it a try. Bucket of water, scrubbing brush, clean rags. So tap that one back in there. Let's see if this works.
Well, it didn't come up too bad, but it will need another go.
So let's move through to the salon, which Lisa's been working on most of the week, and we'll have a look in there, shall we?
Okay, so in the salon, it's quite exciting, this room, because it is very close to completion. The floor in here has had a lot of work done this week. My back told me. Okay, so I'm in the salon of apartment 2, and I'm waiting to see how the bathroom tiles came up. But my next task is to try and clean this floor in here. And I really don't know where to start. Now, it was a bit of a mess when we first arrived anyway, but we have been a bit messy, and there's lots of plaster and bits and crap on there everywhere. So, yeah, I really don't know where to start actually. I don't know if to scrub it and see what it looks like and then pick the areas out that I need to, or whether to go around the scraper first and get bits off. Let's have a think about it, but this is my task. How wonderful. What a lovely day today. Cleaning. It's not my forte, I have to say.
Okay, so I have got a bucket of soapy water, hot, some Cif gel, Viacal, scrubbing brush, sponge and scraper. And I'm just going to see what happens. So let's give it a go. Voila! One floor washed.
Other things just to point out that we've done is fill the gaps in where the beams are. You saw me doing the ceiling and finishing that, but above the beam here was, you could see right through. So we've filled in the beams and done some watering up there. And very exciting, because next week I should be able to start painting and wallpapering in this room. Yay! I can't wait!
What have you got to say, darling? What is your catchphrase?
Woohoo! On to the bedroom.
So we're in the bedroom. As you can see, it's still a little bit of a mess in here. Although,
Just because I like turning the lights on, because now we
yeah,
can
you got lights. Yeah. So we're in the bedroom, and as you can see, still a bit of a mess, but a lot better than it was. Mostly, what I've been doing this week is doing the ballon cupboard. So I framed it, made the doors, and those are to be fitted. I would have liked to have got that done, but obviously, you know, as I say, with our unexpected lovely visitors that turned up, things got left on hold, and it's quite a lot of work. So, but they're all ready to go on, and we should do that hopefully sometime very soon. But you should see that completed.
What have you done?
What do you mean, what have I done?
Your list. What have you got in your hand?
That's a list.
So what is that?
It's a list of bits of wood I've got to cut up.
For?
The ballon cupboard.
Are you going to make the ballon cupboard?
I might do.
That'd be
Yeah, I'm
nice.
going to have to make the ballon cupboard. And that's without the door. I haven't included the door in this. This is just to face frame it and to put some bits in, so I can put.
So what is that list of what?
This is a list of bits of wood I've got to cut.
It's upside down.
Is it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you want to do it upside down? So that's what you've got to cut for the ballon cupboard, just for the ballon cupboard.
Yeah. So it's all. What I want to do is frame it in nice timber, and then make it available for when I make the panels and the door. So that's nothing. That's not making the panels or making the door.
Okay. Cool. Let's see you do it.
Next morning, after a couple of hours kip, he was straight on to it. After checking his list, he started cutting. And cutting. And cutting some more. Better check that list again, Ted. So with all the cutting done, it was now time to make the ballon cupboard.
I'm going to finally face frame the ballon cupboard, as you see behind me. I'm just putting strips of Douglas fir that I've ripped down on my table saw and then put through my new planer, put a little chamfer on them, and I'm going to fix those to the framework I've got up there at the moment. And then the door's going to be put in, or the panels, there's 3 panels, top, middle and bottom. And but first of all I've got to just give it a little undercoat so it's all white behind everything so nothing shows through. So I'll do that and come back.
So with the undercoat done, it's on with the rest.
So you saw me cutting all the face frames and putting the face frames on the ballon cupboard. So they're just face frame, just border if you like, framing. And now it's time to make the doors. So I'm making the doors out of 5mm back, 5.5mm plywood, and ripped down bits of Douglas fir, my favourite piece of wood, down to 10mm, so making a 15mm door. And I'm sort of doing them bit of a cheap shaker style. Normally you do lots of fancy joinery on shaker style, but this is just for the ballon cupboard, so it really just needs to look nice because it's going to get painted anyway. So this is the central section, which I was going to do as a door, but I'm not going to do as a door because it's better off as a panel, and we'll have the door on the bottom so we can use that as an inspection thing, as like I said before. Okay, so what we've got to do here is stick these 5 bits of timber on the door, which I will do with glue and little pins. But first of all, I've got to chamfer all the edges to make it look a bit more attractive. Okay, that's what we'll do. But first of all, I've got to run that bit off of there because I've done too big. So just a little point, I'm planing off this edge because this is a cautionary tale. Don't calculate your pieces of wood, go and measure it. And I calculated, I measured and I measured and measured and measured, you know, like I measure, and I measured and I thought, well, that's fine, that's alright. I know what they are because I've only got to subtract the 2 sides to get my centre pieces. However, because I wanted nice clean edges, I decided to run the edges through the planer, which obviously took a little bit off the width of my boards, and subsequently my calculation rather than measure is now a couple of mil off. So I've got to take a bit off here so they all nicely snug together, and we'll have to do something upstairs to hide it a little bit. This one isn't coming out, so it should be fine. might have on either end, like we've done before. And this fancy pen. Now where we are. And then we get one shot. We stick it down. And we stick it down in the right place. It's happy days. If we don't, it's a problem.
Well, that's good. Does it really stick like that?
Yeah. So you get this stuff here. I bought some from a company in Wisbeach or March called CT1. It's called CA glue. They call it in America. It's like super glue, but it has an activator, and so the activator makes it stick real quick. So you get like a little pot of like super glue, and it will go off fine. And then you get this stuff, the activator, so you stick the glue on one side, and you stick the activator on the other side, and it sticks instantly. And it's really brilliant. And there's lots of applications you could do. But so when I was in England, they do this stuff. Unica do this stuff called mitre bond, and it's really for sticking, architrave, and when you're doing 45 degrees, that you want it to stick real quick and precise, and you don't want to squeeze out and everything like that. But they do it in pots like that. But instead of an activator spray, and I'm sure that activator spray will work with this as well, so I've got some of that there. But they do this pen. So it's more precise, that you can stick it on. And apparently the pen lasts ages, and they think it lasts so long that they give you 3 bottles of the glue and 1 pen.
Wow, that's cool. Baby, can you do me a favour?
Yes, darling.
I can't get the lid off my putty.
Is this the new stuff?
Yeah, it won't go up.
Yeah, so before I do it, look, that's what I mean there. So it's going to be like that. You want to have a look at this?
Oh, sorry, you're talking to me?
I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you. So that's in the middle.
Yeah.
Or
probably there. Yeah, I like that.
so I did it around about the 50 mark,
Yeah,
which was there.
cool.
You like that better?
I like that better. I think.
Yeah. You see, I don't know whether I like the in the middle, but
Yeah, no, I like that.
that then obviously when I do the wardrobe doors, I'll do the same.
Yeah.
So they'll look. Hopefully they'll look.
No, I like it, baby.
Okay. So I've got mark. I've got to redo all my markings now.
Oh, sorry, was it the wrong answer?
No, not at all. That is just I've got to mark it.
So Ballan cupboard complete. All it needs now is the top coat.
So you saw Lisa working on the Salon ceiling and doing all the things. Well, she's done another equally fabulous job on this one. Check that out. Although she still has got to do that bit at the end there.
Shh, I did video that bit.
Asked, how do we clean the beams? Well, that's how you clean the beams. That and the grease off the elbow. As Lisa will attest to, as I say, she woke up this morning feeling quite a lot of pain. And neck ache and back ache and knee ache and all that sort of thing. But yeah, so it really is a case of just brushing them down. Now, we are going to seal them. They will be sealed with a wood sealer, so a parquet floor sealer as we have been recommended to do, because even though we've done all the boarding and the tape and jointing and everything like that to stop things in between the beams coming down, the beams are still full of dust and various other things possibly that might live in there. So we need to seal them so that doesn't happen, so we don't get lots of things. So you don't get bugs in your bed. Not bed bugs, bugs in your bed from upstairs.
Was it ants in your pants?
Ants in your, well, I couldn't possibly comment. So let's have a look, just look at that, how that big beam. I don't know if you remember many moons ago when we took all the plaster and that, and somebody took all the nails out. I reckon that's come up a tree. But what I love about it is the remnants of all the nail holes, because that, to me, is our history. So a couple of thank yous. We need to do some thank youing.
Thank you, Louise, one of our visitors this week, lives up the road, brought by some mayonnaise. Louise, that mayonnaise was amazing.
It's fantastic. We use it as a dressing as well as a
Can you please pop by again next week?
Yeah, apparently you're going to give her the recipe. So apparently it's relatively easy, so Louise said. But when you haven't got a kitchen to cook in, things get kind of tricky.
Yeah.
So thank you, Louise. Fantastic. Lovely to meet you, by the way.
And thank you to Tony. I'll say the thanks for this because Tony popped by, lives again down the road, and brought us a lovely apple crumble. Actually brought us two, one for us and one for Dave and Karen. The problem is, such a shame, Ted couldn't eat it because it had nuts in it, so somebody else had to eat the whole thing.
That's why she's as fat as she is.
Oh, you better run, boy. Anyway, thanks, Tony. It was delicious.
Thanks, Tony.
And
Lovely
again,
to meet you as well.
expect you back
Lovely
again
to meet
next
the
week.
family. Yeah, hopefully we'll get together real soon because there's something. Tony needs to come by, possibly have a little jam.
Which we'll see next week. I know we promised it this week, but we haven't had time for jamming. So, one last thing. You will see that there is a difference in our courtyard. I'll put the pictures up. What do you notice is gone? The radiators!
Yeah.
No, it's a funny thing, because the other day, we're in here and a couple of guys turned up. In France, it seems people just turn up, don't they?
Yeah, that's pretty
Just
much.
turn up. We have people all the time just turning up, and then you think, well, how did you know about us, or why did you turn up, or who told you? So, two guys, French guys, turned up. Cut long story short, they were metal
They're
merchants.
scrap merchants.
Scrap merchants. And don't know how they heard we had radiators, but they came in to look at radiators, took the radiators, but also in the meantime, completely cleared a dump barn of all the old scrap metal we had, all the rubbish we had, about 3 really old cookers, washing machines, fridge freezers,
Yeah.
everything you could possibly imagine, and they took the lot. Their truck was piled high,
Yeah,
wasn't
I
it?
don't think they get anything else. They even took the old auberge sign, not the one out the front, which he wants and he's going to come back for, which is fantastic. And I think I'm going to instill quite a lot of help on getting that down because it doesn't look very secure, but it also looks incredibly heavy. So, but he took the old one, would you believe? And he took another sign, you know, with just a bit of old tin, but he took everything.
So it's great. So we've got a bit of space to move in those barns.
Thank that man and his colleague that turned up. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. We also had some of our neighbours, our lovely neighbours who you heard us speak about, Ian and Sheila, their next door neighbours, Bernadette and Noel, came down to have a chat with us and also asked us if we'd like to go and view some stuff that they got that possibly we would like, which we do, and you'll see, you'll see when we get it, which we've been out there today. We'd like to thank them. We'd also like to thank Donna and David and family. Mick, I can't remember your wife's name, Mick, I apologise for that, and your children. They all just turned up outside the door. And then Lisa was talking to somebody, and suddenly the gates are open, and they're coming in. And we're having a good old natter, and it's lovely, and it was lovely to meet David, who's come and had a look at the roof, which I think I thank you for, and we will hopefully meet up. They've only just moved in down the road, or probably about half an hour away from us, but this is the thing in France, and this is the thing we have to get used to. People just turn up, and to be honest with you, it's absolutely lovely that they do.
It's quite nice sometimes, because most of the time we're cracking on with work, and sometimes it's quite nice to have an excuse to downstairs and have a coffee.
Yeah, just a little break, in a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and a good old natter, which we love to do, as you know. We don't have to have other people. We can sit and talk to a camera to the nth degree.
Yep.
But yeah, it's great. Thank you.
But other news for next week, on Monday we have all of the roof tiles arriving, which will be interesting to see because we haven't seen the tiles yet, have we?
No, I've worked out that it's probably round about 3,500, so I don't know how many on a pallet, but however many pallets there will be.
Well, hopefully there'll be lots of pallets so you can use the wood off.
Well, it's always useful for using the pallets, but they will turn up Monday, which will be great. We're also getting the rest of our metal together for our scrap dealer to come back, as he's going to come back. Won't take the sign down because that will probably be a video in itself.
Yeah.
Taking that sign down.
That'll be when we get the new sign.
Not like that one. You are not having a sign.
No.
I am not having a McDonald's sign outside my bloody house.
Actually, that's a good point now to say. So we've started a little competition. If you're on the community tab, you'll know that we've started a little competition. It's not a competition, it's really asking for your help. We need a logo for Chateau de Montmagner. We want to get the website up and running by Christmas. We need a logo. So go on the community tab and check out the ask for people to submit a logo. And also some other ideas for drawings for merchandise that people have been asking for.
I've just forgot.
What?
We had another set of visitors, didn't we? Gary and Lorraine.
Oh yeah.
Gary and Lorraine. Lovely to meet you, by the way. Thanks ever so much for turning up. Thanks for the cakes.
Oh God, yeah. Proper
Outstanding.
green cakes.
Really, really nice to meet you both, and good luck with everything. Your house down the road, which is quite a long way from us, actually, probably over an hour or so. But good luck with everything like that. I hope that works out for you.
What's in the middle of?
Oh
yes, so we're asking people if they would like to submit a drawing, and it has to be a line drawing for our logo. Now what we'd kind of like is the tower with the barns and the rest of the house by the side of it, Chateau de Montmagner underneath, but it's up to you. If you can think of something better, please send it on to us, and then I think it's October's the deadline, end of October, we will submit the winner, and the winner will have their logo on our materials, paperwork, and on our website.
Get the kids involved as well, because we might do something separate for that. Get the kids involved.
Yeah,
it's always
that'd
great
be
to
nice.
get the kids involved.
Yeah.
And you never know, you know, we are open to any ideas.
Yeah.
We are absolutely open to any ideas, and we love the fact that you guys are really creative and really supportive of us.
So, all we have to do now is say a huge thank you to all of our patrons. And a new patron, Dorothea. Thank you so much, Dorothea, for coming on board and being a patron of ours.
Thank you so
much. If you'd
much.
like to be a patron, check out the description and you'll see the link for it.
Yep, and the GoFundMe page, check that out, please, because we still got to do that roof.
Yes, and as much as we've got the tiles coming, and we're going to be starting the end of October, we don't have the money to pay for it yet.
No.
So
it'd be real nice if we could, sort that out.
Just don't tell the roofer.
Like and subscribe. Do all that. Check out my Instagram page. I know I haven't put anything for a few days, but please check it out, and please do the following. It's great. I've reached over the 500 mark now, but I want to get to that 1,000. I really want to get to that 1,000. It's not that I do it for myself. I do it for us, but it's kind of one of the things that I look after, and it'd be great to do that. Plus I can rub it in.
So join us next week for the tiles arriving, lots of other stuff going on, and hopefully a bit more finishing up in apartment 2.
Apartment 2, I may get carcassing on that wardrobe.
Yeah, you got it. Don't look at me like that.
Do you hear that?
Got it.
Got I've got. Get on with it. What's he doing? It's 7 o'clock now.
Come on,
No
pizza,
dinner.
pizza's been burnt. Right. What did I take a while?